We are live, Pierre.
Hockey Nation fans, welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your coach Francis, directly from South Florida. And we have to find another co-host directly from West Coast in California, Mr. Michael DeVillano.
Good morning, Pierre. Are you tired?
Not really, ready to rock and roll. I don't know which day we are, but yeah, it's a late night, but early morning with the NHL Coaches Association. So we jump at 9:30, I believe, and we are on the break right now, but we're missing the next 30 minutes at 11:30. But long day until 2:30 today, and yeah, rock and roll.
So we can start off maybe with some of the news from yesterday. And I don't know if you touched on the Rene Robert passage.
Yeah, we talked a little bit last night. Of course, it was happening like 30 minutes before that. Yeah.
So he was a member of the fabled French Connection line, and that was with Gilbert Perreault and Pitt Martin in Buffalo. Never won a cup, but had a really productive career. I think he finished. Did he finish up in Toronto? Maybe.
Because I know that's possible.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know he played for Toronto a little bit at the end, but he passed away at 82, so that was a sad passing. But the other big news last night was that the GM of the year was announced, and it was Lou Lamoriello of the New York Islanders. So what was your thoughts on that one?
It's completely wrong. And,
really?
It's all about the reputation. And when a GM win a trophy, the best GM of the year, when you make only 2 trade for the last 12 months, I don't get it.
So I'm trying to think, what were the moves that he made? Like, I can't even think about it. He got Zajac and Palmieri for the playoffs. Did he do anything
And
else?
the only one he did during the summer is the one with Devon Dose.
Right, which he gave up an asset. He didn't get anything back.
That's it.
That's weird. And then, whereas you think Marc Bergevin made some more aggressive moves, probably.
Well, you talk about Anderson, the trade with Max Domi. You talk about Jordan Munson, again, the 5-round pick. You talk about Jake Allen, again, the 3rd-round pick, 7th-round pick. And then you go 1 year ago with Nate Thompson. And we talk about we don't talk yet right now, the UFA, like Tyler Toffoli. Join the team. We don't talk about Eric Stahl at the deadline with John Merrill and Eric Gustafsson.
Did you mention Jake Allen?
I'm sorry, again?
I think you mentioned Jake Allen too, right?
Yeah, Jake Allen, about that one over there. So let's give you an idea. Again, I'm not like being. It's just for me. And the worst case, I'll be honest with you, gave it to Bill Zito.
Yeah, I honestly thought Bill Zito might win it. Like, Bill Zito, who expected Florida to be this good?
Yeah,
I was a little surprised at that, to be honest with you.
Well, that's my biggest concern about that, to be honest with you. Bill Zito did a very good job for the Florida Panthers.
Yeah,
I think for me, it's really, really about that one over there. Lou Lamoriello is with them, all right? The only thing I forgot to mention, year ago, Michael, February 24th, right? He traded for Jean-Gabriel Pajot, but he was not in the season 2020-21. Does it make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So he's completely reverse after that. So if you think about this, you have to go all the way, and then what you got is this one over there. So
I was a little surprised because I thought Bill Zito, for one thing, he made a bunch of under the radar, like low key moves, right? First of all, he made the decision not to bring back Hoffman and Dadonov. And I think that was a little scary because you saw 60 goals go out the window. And then he brought in Wenberg, who he knew from Columbus. And Wenberg has not performed great in Columbus. But I think what we're seeing now is that Wenberg was held back. Because when you watch Wenberg, he's a fast skater, not a great shot, but then he scores 18 goals somehow with the Warriors. So you're like, wait a second, suddenly this guy can score. He's never scored in his whole career, Pierre.
Yeah.
And then he brought in the defenseman. Was it Nudavara? Is that how you pronounce it? I think so. And he played pretty solid. He made the deal for Sam Bennett, which I think paid off big time for them. And so they let Owen Tippett develop, and he played real well. So I thought he made a lot of really low key moves that really, really paid off. Oh, the Carter Verhaeghe move, right? Like he gets this guy for $1 million a year for
Oh,
nothing.
you talk about, you talk about Montour, about Bennett,
And
you
then
talk about
Montour helps.
Nitsivara, you talk
Yeah,
about
right.
Berehi, you know what I mean? You talk about Anthony Duclair. That's another one over
Duclair
there.
turned out okay, right? That's a good.
So
He made a lot of moves. So I honestly thought, and look at their record. I thought that they challenged Tampa during the regular season and Carolina, who I thought were both very good teams. So I was a little surprised at that. And then you highlight Bergevin. I agree on the Toffoli and the Anderson deals. The young guys have turned out real well. The Jake Allen move and the Edmondson move, I love those. Was Sherry up this year too? Ben Sherratt?
I'm sorry again?
Was Ben Sherratt also this year? Or was that last year?
No, Ben Sherratt come 2 years ago with a UFA.
Okay, but I mean he's constructed the team real well, and you could even go back to the Subban deal, which I know was a while ago, but
Well, that's my point here. It's like if you
then the
compare
coffee.
all three GM right there, and I think also, I feel like they should give the coach of the year and also the GM Michael after the season.
Yeah, you think
Yeah,
so?
no rush to do it right now. And then what happening? A lot of people vote because what's going on during the playoff right there. And I
Maybe.
think that's not right. You should wait until the end. Not said Bergeron will win because maybe they make the final. My point is to say, look, wait, why not to wait? What's the rush to make the coach of the year after the round number 2? I no reason. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. We have some people that I didn't mean to ignore. Good morning to Brian. Bud the Monkey's joined us. We have Chainsaw Man. Good morning. Go Habs go, he says. We also have Nicholas. Hello. How are you doing, Nicholas? Where's Nicholas from?
Sherbrooke.
Oh, Sherbrooke, Quebec. All right. Canadian Giant is always here in the morning, so we really appreciate the Canadian Giant. Good morning to all he says. Bud the Monkey agrees that it should have been Bill Zito.
Yeah.
And then Brian says it's wrong for me. The other two was 100% better. So I can't really disagree with that. I think I was a little surprised. I honestly thought it would be Bill Zito maybe. Wouldn't have surprised me if it was Bergevin. Bergevin was the best this year. Brian, I don't disagree with that. I mean, if you base it on the playoffs, like they've certainly gone farther than any of us expected. I think a lot of that's Carey Price, but that's still your team, right?
Yeah.
And I think the Tyler Toffoli deal, he got him for a steal because other people didn't want to pay him, and now look at him. And then I think Domi was just a problem, and he brought in a guy that produced 17 goals in a shortened season as a big power guy. He's got some drawbacks, but he's good every game pretty much. Bud the Monkey says, I thought the postseason doesn't count, but I think for the GM, doesn't it usually count?
Not at all.
I guess because it's not after.
Not at all.
Yeah. Good morning. Michael Rosenblatt has joined us, and Michael says that Bill Zito deserved to win and no one else. I kind of thought Bill Zito would win, Pierre, for all the reasons that I highlighted. You had like an 18 or a 19 goal from Carter Verhaeghe. Did he ever score 10 before? I'm not sure. I think he scored 8 or 9.
No.
So that was and then again, I mentioned the Wenberg move. Bergevin only got second because Price in the playoffs. I don't know. Without Price, Bergevin's fired. That is possible.
Well, it's not because of Price. I think like 3 weeks ago, before the playoffs start, right? Everybody wanted Duchamp out and then Bergevin out. Now Bergevin is going to get an extension, and then Duchamp is going to become the head coach.
It's weird though, because now Luke Richardson's winning.
Well, he coached only the 3 games before that, right? Everybody's come back to Duchamp. He's controlling everything. He's on the Zoom the morning to the night, everything like that. So,
I thought they couldn't go around him because of the vid, but they have him behind a plastic bubble. Lamoriello didn't do as much as Zito. I agree with you, and I think Pierre highlighted this. He really made the Zajac and Palmieri trades. Those are more recent. Even Varlamov, he got the year before, so maybe last year, but whereas you look at Bud the Monkey points out, he extended Weegar. That was another good move. I think Weegar is a very underrated defenseman. And you know what? I was really kind of questioning when they acquired Gudas, but he's worked out really well for you guys.
Yeah, I think he brings what you need at the defense number 5 or 6, what they don't have anymore. So they need one more like him and the bottom right there, the controlling, right? But again, when you go to playoff, you don't need those guys most of the time. You need more top four like Montreal doing right now, like you know what I mean? So, but again, he will bring what he can do on. It was a good signature for. They don't have no physicality on the defensemen on the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, I agree. We have some other people. Not Fever is in.
Yep.
Bud the Monkey highlight. Oh, Oleg, where were you last night, Oleg? We needed you. We had people commenting in Russian. We didn't know if they were swearing at us or making good comments. So next time we'll have to get you to translate for us. Bud the Monkey points out the Anton Lundell draft. I think that's going to turn out very, very well for Florida.
Yeah, we'll see. It was number 12. You know what I mean? I think it's a good pick for sure.
Oh,
but, we have to see how he's going to do next year when he's going to the training camp.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like even coming into this year, of all the guys drafted, he was the most NHL ready. He's a little bit physically more mature. People criticize his skating, but I think he's like, okay, let's use a comparison. Like Kotkaniemi, I don't think is the greatest skater, Pierre. You see him fall a lot. He's kind of got like that weird one glide, one stride thing going on.
Yeah, an amazing, great game yesterday.
Played great games. But you compare him, I think Lundell's a better skater.
Yeah. I think Lundell, I don't think so. He was ready this year, or be honest with you. I think the year he got this year in Finland is great for him. He played against the men's. He showed a bit more during the World Championship Junior. Have a good tournament over there, and he have a great year after Christmas. So I think he'll be ready for next season for sure.
But also points out that he got rid of Brett Connolly's contract.
Yeah, that would be the trade with Walmart and also with the another Lucas. Maybe done that, and they lost Zestraza. So it was a good deal for that.
I like Hinostroza, but
he's a UFA now. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know, he's not gonna. He's a good little player though. NHL Hockey Reports, good morning. Cheering for Carey Price. I don't know if we'll have Carey Price in visiting us today. We'll have to go down through the comments. People are commenting fast and often today, Pierre. They're very excited. If Bill Zito gets rid of Bobrovsky, they should change the name to the Bill Zito Award.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Nothing's impossible for Bill Zito, though.
You cannot trade Bob.
You would have to retain like $4 million.
You with a salary cap, you kill yourself if you do that.
Yeah, I agree. Also, the Spencer Knight move, like never played a single AHL game, steps in like that was, and that's going to end up being a great pick. Was that before him though? Was that?
Which one you talking about?
I don't know if he drafted Spencer Knight. Did he?
No.
Yeah, he didn't. That was the prior.
Yep, it was Taylor.
Yeah. Good morning, I see monkeys. Hello, Coach, and hello, Michael. He says, CK is here. Have you wounded? If Montreal would, I don't know what this means. I think he means that, did you ever think that Montreal would win a cup?
I'm not sure you talk about this, so the people will go screw the town Stanley Cup. But not this year, and nobody think about this. They are the Cendrillon of the team, like Dallas last year, St. Louis Blues 3 years ago.
The real team, exactly.
They have always a team like that. They still not win yet, but they look amazing. They look great. And for me, it's about enjoy the ride. It's so fun. It's great to see them. And that's all about it. And they had whatever they lose the next two games, right? At the end of the day, you're going to say this was an amazing, great ride.
Far exceeded any of our expectations.
Yep.
Good morning, everyone from Kimberly. Kimberly's joined us. Thank you so much.
And probably Lightnings.
Well, she must be happy after that big thumping the other night.
Well, her second team is Montreal, so she cannot ask.
Oh, she's double happy. Man, oh, man.
Possibly she find the best two teams in the final.
Excuse me. Bud the Monkey says the most hits in the NHL. He added more grit to Florida. I agree with that. I think that was the big thing with Hoffman and Dadonov is
but he talked a thing about Kudos. So
Kudos too, for sure.
I'm always the top 3 all year long about that. But he bring a lot on the physicality. Eric Gross-Benson left the team. They don't have anybody pick it up where Eric did for Florida, and then I think that's helping that defense core where they don't have a, I mean, it's not Wigard, it's not Aaron, it's not Forsling and Stralman. The only one hit over there is Kudos.
That's true. Oleg says, is this the end for the Islanders in this playoff after the last game? I think there's a, I don't know if he says, I think there is a big problem or if there's no problem inside the team.
I think he said you have a problem. I don't think so. I think it's just a bad game. It happened to, I'll be honest with you, it's happened to the greatest of the greatest basketball players, football players, hockey players in any sport. Tiger Woods, to LeBron James, to Michael Jordan, to Aaron Rodgers, to Tom Brady, to Brett Favre, and Carey Price. And my point is, nothing works the last game against Islanders. It was not point one specific players. You can put any goaltender, Martin Brother, one the puck tips on the skate of the defenseman, and he will go in, whatever who they are. It's just a bad game. For me, that's how I see that. Yeah, I really like what Barry Trotz said yesterday on a press conference. They reset, they recharge, it's over. Yeah. It's like we lost 3-2. It's just the point, the score is 8-0.
And you knew he was going to calm him down. Like there's no point freaking out.
What you have to past otherwise. What you have to look for tonight is like how they get out the first 5 minutes when they open the gates, right? The second thing, the goal number one this night is a huge impact, like Montreal tomorrow, because if Tampa score, now it's you drop your shoulder, right? You feel the fear. But if you score the first goal, that's changed completely. And the Nassau Coliseum tonight is going to be on eruption tonight. It's going to be the best. And one thing I would mention to you, it's fun between the Vegas fans, the Tampa Bay fans were this worse, but the Vegas fan and the Nassau, the New York tonight. Whenever they throw 2-0, Michael, they will cheer like it's 2-0 for them. That's the fun between. Yesterday at Vegas, you got the boo, you get the calm, the people do anything until Patrick score. Now they start to be alive. And that's what they have to be sure happening. They're not going to see this tonight at the Coliseum.
You're saying the Vegas fans are poor sports?
No, they are, again, they are not active. So they're not like.
Oh,
So they wait for something happening there until it's 0-0 they lead. But when yesterday 3-0, it was, you cannot hear anything inside the building. Right. Yeah. So
good luck. I've been to Nassau Coliseum, man. They are a gritty blue collar fan, and they're into the game, and they've got a deep, rich history going back to the 80s when they won the cups, and they've just been hungry for it. And this is their last shot here before they go to a new building, right?
That's it. That last game tonight. So they're going to see the biggest crowd, louder you never see tonight in NHL this year. You can mention Carolina, you know what I mean, but I think tonight will be excited to see this game for sure for me.
So NHL Reports asks, if the Habs go to the finals, will they increase the attendance?
I'm not a minister.
Well, you said the word minister, and I know that you mean
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, who's like whatever. I have my very, very definitive opinion on the drama queen. I think or the drama teacher.
It's because it's really, in USA, it's more like Dr. Fauci example, right? The scientific data would bring the decision at the top, right? In Canada, they don't care. They just go with what they are thinking.
Yeah, you need to protect them. But I think I'd said this before, Pierre. If any one thing in Canada will break the quarantine rules, it will be hockey. Because minister also is what's in a religion, and hockey is a religion in Canada. It's the state religion. Yeah. Oleg says that we should learn some simple Russian words, and I agree. We would love to learn some simple Russian words, so you can share those with us. Bud the Monkey said that Hinostroza didn't work out in Florida, which I don't disagree. But
he did not work. Honestly, what he said, the problem, he got stuck in the ladder of the players where you have always someone better to him, and he was stuck in the lineup, and that's what he did not work with. He showed up in Chicago, did very well, but he did not work in Florida. I think he didn't get that opportunity of what he should get. But again, it's not CANVA problem because you know what I mean, like there was someone better and better and better in front of him. So it's not like, you know, they sign up there when you have no
There's nobody.
Duclair and those players over there. I mean, again, to get trade with Sunbelt and everything, it was worse and worse. But said he did not work. It's just that he did not have a chance over there.
Let's see.
Yamo, welcome.
Yeah, Yarmo, welcome.
We have another new people from Finland this morning.
Let's see. We have a lot of comments. I'm having a hard time keeping up. We got Kai Lindstrom.
Yep.
Nice Finland jersey. It's a Ville Peltonen jersey. Kakaniemi's on fire with the other youngsters. Greetings from Finland. I mean, he scored again. And I think he's working hard.
All the Finland players doing well for Montreal. Arlen, and Kokaniemi doing amazing, great job. Kokaniemi, Michael, he scored 9 goals in the playoff. He joined Mike Modano and the 3 best hockey players in the NHL, scored the most goals. And after the first 25 goal game in NHL playoffs.
Oh, so, you're saying going back to last year?
Say again?
Because he had 4 last year, 5 this year. Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully he can translate that into the regular season at some point. Because I mean, if he can produce 5 goals in 15 games in the regular season, they got a pretty decent player.
Well, if he scored only 10 during the year, but he has scored 15 during the playoff, I'll be happy.
Well, he scored 5 all year.
No, but my point is, like, you know, I mean, like if he can produce this in the playoff, I'd be happy about that. But I understand
Sam Bennett style.
Yeah.
Do you think Montreal will riot? That's what Brian was asking. If they win the cup, that's what the question.
You don't have to win the Stanley Cup. Just win tomorrow night. You're going to see downtown and fire.
Yeah, they will do it again. Yeah, there's some rowdy people there.
Yep.
NHL Hockey News says the Islanders will regroup and win Game 6 with the crowd behind them.
I would not be surprised about that, right? It's just getting harder and harder, but I would not be surprised. I think one coach you cannot go again is Barry Trotz. You have one coach can put the team together is Barry Trotz, and it's who he is. And I would not be surprised. It's not going to be easy for Tampa. It's not going to be 5-8, 1-1. It's going to be a tight, low score tonight, I believe. And at least if it's 3-0, something like that for Tampa. Otherwise, I don't see this happening. You're going to see, I don't have too much crowd. And behind the crowd they have in the building tonight, it's a plus. I would not be surprised they win like 3-2 or something like that tonight.
Yeah, that would not surprise me. I think that they'll figure out how to shut it down. Obviously, if they don't, they're in trouble. Like we saw how good Tampa can be. But, you know, their best hope is score first, batten down the hatches and protect the lead, and then wait for them to make a mistake.
You have a comments from Julius Cesar, 11:15. The farther you go, the deeper
the wound. The wound when you lose. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that sounds like a very Julius Caesar thing to say, doesn't it?
Now, you always bring some good comments. I like him. At the beginning, he thought he came to the show he does not like a lot of the abs.
Yeah.
And the past, but he came to the show at the beginning, like thought I was going to be the guy, like a big fence where Montreal is like everything. Like I don't care about the rest. It's only Montreal, right? And I show him, and then the beauty of Julius, he respect after that, and he signed up because he realized whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not always.
But it sounds like something that the actual Julius Caesar would say in Roman times.
Yeah, and I agree with what he said.
There you go, the deeper the wound when you lose.
He's like, I agree with him. He bring a lot of the hockey, like 90s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I agree with him a lot. So I like the fact sometimes he bring a good statement about certain things.
So
he point the dot on the eyes, on the eye.
But the Monkey's full of good insight into the Panthers because Bill Zito also got Gustav Forsling from Chicago, and he has turned out phenomenal. Like for what he is, like, don't you think he's a top 4 guy there?
Oh yeah. Again, this is coming from Kenville.
Yeah, I think you're right. I believe, and we said this at the beginning, I think that Joel Quenneville has been given a lot of input into this team, and he had a prior relationship with this player, but it's all worked out. I mean, really well for them this year. Do you think Luke Richardson will become a head coach in the NHL, Pierre? And I was thinking, does he get a shot at Seattle because of this? I don't think they would choose him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got like interviewed. Or Arizona. What about Arizona?
Definitely he's going to get an interview there. He will become a head coach. He's getting more and more appreciation and great works word right now in NHL, around the NHL. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if he goes somewhere. I already said this year, and you know what I'm looking for? Maybe I'm crazy right now, but I'm thinking about Arizona Coyotes.
That's what I was just saying. Like Arizona, I mean, I can find out. I was just talking to someone from there this morning. So you got that right. It's a religion, says Chainsaw Man. So the Canadian religion, particularly in Quebec, is definitely hockey.
Yeah, it is what it is. Carey Price, welcome. Hopefully you have a great night last night, and Angela's doing well with you.
All right, Oleg has his first lesson for us. Krasnaya Machina, which is the red machine. We will practice.
Machina.
Krasnaya Machina.
Larionov, Armalov, and Trechak, and Fitzizov, and all that by Av.
Pierre, I was thinking about this too. Bud the Monkey must have read my mind. Do you think Tortorella could be the coach of the Kraken or no? What's your thoughts?
Not at all.
I don't think so either.
Tortorella is not going to be back in NHL.
You don't think he'll ever be back in the NHL? There was just a lot of controversy, and he's a very non-media friendly guy, right? So he might be done. I mean, everyone's so sensitive to everything on Twitter, and like the media has no joy. And I think he points that out. But there's a different way to deal with it.
Yep.
He would have to convince people. But Pierre, if Dallas Eakins can get a job in the NHL, you got to think John Tortorella is going to get a job in the NHL.
Yeah, I understand. But I think the new, for me, is like if I'm a GM right now, I'm looking always for the new generation, the new people's coming down, operating like that. That would be for me the Bruce Boudreau area, Claude Julien, and those guys. It's over. Let's move on with the new one. The Pascal Vincent, the Benoit Groux, the Luke Richardson, David Nelson, Todd Nelson, all the kind of new like this, Lehman and college, so on that. Go there.
All right, so Future Boy, welcome. We have Jen back in. Salut. Pas pour dormir hier trop excité. Is that how I say that?
Salut, coach. Pas pour dormir. He did not sleep last night. He was too excited about the game last night. So Eric from NDG.
I must go. Thank you, Oleg. We will practice our Russian.
See you tonight, Oleg.
Krasnaya Machina. Hope I'm saying it right. Good vibes from Greg again. He always sends good vibes. CK says, if Chris Lee keeps out of the playoffs, we have a chance. Do you think we're going to see Chris Lee again?
He's referee tonight.
Come on. How does this guy keep getting a job? Like, I don't get it.
So what happening? They moved the staff of Montreal game to Islanders tonight, and now they bring back Kelly Sutherland and Eric Forlat from Vegas last night, do the game in Montreal tomorrow night.
Future Boy, welcome. He says the Isles will bounce back tonight.
I would not be surprised, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I agree. Montreal need to win Game 6, and the Isles take Tampa to 7. Do that.
When I look at him quickly, I thought it was the Olympic Stadium.
In Montreal, but it's a bridge, or what is it?
Yeah, but it was quick. Like I just turned around.
It looks like Montreal Olympic Stadium.
Well, he's looking at a bridge in Tampa, something like that. But it was funny. I just remind me. Chris Lee is refereeing Game 6. Yeah,
brutal. When the media is even assailing the referees, like everyone's saying it's bad, and my position. I think they're all bad, and I just prepare for the eventual stupidity of whatever the rules are that game.
I'll be honest with you. Maybe I said this yesterday. The way they are so bad, advantage Montreal.
Montreal should move to get Eichel. I don't know about that. What do you think?
Not at all.
Why would you do that now? You've got Caulfield, his very inexpensive contract. I think you're looking at game after game. This kid is ready to be a very, very impactful player. Suzuki is much better with him.
It's funny because right now Vegas is looking for a center.
Like Nick Suzuki, maybe. Well, it's funny. Like they picked Cody Glass, and does it send a signal that Cody Glass is just not going to be the player they want?
I have no clue. I tried to find. I need to find someone tell me why Cody Glass does not play. I cannot get it right now. I need to do more search, but I don't get it.
Ask. I know the assistant coach. Now is not the time, Pierre. When the season's over, I'll ask.
Because the point is, like, Chatler Stephenson, I respect him.
Yeah.
But he's not a first center in NHL. I don't think he's a second center in NHL. I think he's the bottom 6 for any other teams.
In the Lightning we trust, he says. So he said, also Oleg pointed out that the greatest offense in the history of hockey is Harlamov. It's
Harlamov with Petrov and Maltsev, and then you have that Larionov and the KLL line, and then Fetisov, everything like that.
Fetisov those are probably two different eras, right? Fetisov was like the next era.
And he came a little bit later after that, but the defenseman, I don't know his last name, and
I can't remember. 2. Montreal should stay focused and forget about the referees and play their game. Brian, that's kind of always my point, because otherwise it's easy to get distracted by the refs. You never know what you're going to get as a coach.
I don't think so. I think it's not the players, Brian, it's the fans. They are bothered by the players. You talk to Perry, everybody else, Gallagher, they don't care.
They don't care. And they might be okay with it because they're like, well, whatever, they let me play.
Yeah.
So that actually, it's funny, like, we're all complaining about it. I don't think they're complaining.
No, but Perry would talk to them, maybe on that, but they don't see that way. I'm telling you right now, the advantage Montreal. If you watch my videos going to the out afternoon, you're going to understand why I said that.
Yeah. One of the news items that we didn't touch on. Oh no, we talked about that already. Was there anything else in the news that we wanted to catch on before we close out? I'm trying to think if there. Oh, the Sedin.
Yeah, we have a lot of news around the league. You have, of course, the signature, the hiring of the brother Daniel and Eric Sandin in Vancouver, like a special, whatever their title is it. But this is a big news in Vancouver. I think it's going to be great for them. Go back in the game first, and secondly, about what he can bring. And they are like a little bit what Jean Béliveau did in Montreal. They are like, Gordy, or maybe not Gordy, but people like Wendell Clark in Toronto. Those guys stay an icon from a little bit what René Robert did with Buffalo. And those guys stay stuck with the team. They play so many years, and they become an alumni players, an icon for the organization. And to see those kids, they are 37, 38 now, they become... they are well recognized all around the world, Michael, not only in Vancouver, but around the NHL and also under Sweden, everything like that. And I think it's a great. It's funny because I was talking with Nolan Baumgartner last night at the show at the NHL coaches, and
40.
We talk about this, and he said he bring prestige. He said when you mention Sedin and anywhere in Vancouver, it's just people love them. They are lovely people, lovable people over there.
Liam Kirk is following his NHL dream with an entry-level deal with the Coyotes. And
it's happened a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
And what he signed up, he's 23 years old now. But I think it's great to see that. And then mention he played last year in the SHL, something like that. But I don't know how he can make it, but a 2-week contract, he can play in Tucson, everything like that, EHL. But it's good to see a guy from him and UK to make NHL. So,
we know there's pro hockey. It's not the highest level in Great Britain. It's usually a lot of expatriates that are coming from Canada. But, you can see he played for the Sheffield Rapiers, but he played for the Peterborough Petes. So that's interesting. Yeah. So he's got OHL experience, and he had reasonably good numbers.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And then he got a little bit. He played for Great Britain in the World Championships, which was recently. So that's interesting. And he's like 6'1".
Yep. We welcome also Alvin McDonald. He's the second person from Grand Cache in Alberta behind Denis Chalifou.
Oh, boy.
So that's great. And then, of course, we have Canadian boy this morning, jump in the highs on the house.
Oh,
And I want to mention this, right?
I
And
got
I think I posed the correct score on your feed yesterday. Canadian boy, the winner yesterday are Marc Des 100, Stephanie Descaries have also won yesterday. We have also Chainsaw Man 4-1 yesterday. We have also Dawson Gaming won yesterday 4-1. And the Canadian boys, I believe you off. We have Ryan Stewart 4-1. And boy, you're 4-2 yesterday. And I lost Michael. But again, I want to mention to you about one thing about that. Let's jump in a little bit more. Michael, one of the best line recently, Huberdeau, Barkov, Jagger. Yeah, the last couple of years, of course. Third and 1970 abs with Lafleur. 1970, yep. Jag is my favorite player all the time. Yes, Jeremy, he was an amazing, great one. We miss him for 500. Every stupid of Bergevin. We never have Jagger in Montreal. I don't know what you tried to reach about that one over there. Who will Vegas start in the net? At that moment, I'll be more go with Leonard. I think for what I can see right now, for what Peter DeBert does, I think he will go with Robin Leonard tomorrow. I'll be honest with you. So I think that would be the one really about that one over there. I tried to figure out about Montreal power play kill is on fire, no problem getting penalties. Montreal power play is 0-29, I believe, at least 28. So 28, 29. Vegas is 0-13 on power play against Montreal Canadiens. And Montreal did not give a goal on power play in the last 11 games. So 33 periods where he did not give any power play goal. That's pretty much what amazing, to be honest with you. I think you never see those stuff like that for the last couple of years. And I think that's great to see Montreal to play that level of special team. The fact Cole Caulfield scored yesterday. We did not talk a lot about the game yesterday. We just mentioned about everything. You guys, we follow up all your comments here. But I think the game Montreal was amazing yesterday. Carey Price solid. I think for me, when I looked the game yesterday, it's about the bad execution of Vegas. I think Vegas played maybe the worst game I saw. Other effect like 7-1. They was terrible yesterday. Bad execution on the defensive side. Kokanemi is Olden. Bad execution. Pietrangelo stuck in the corner. They have a play where they did not score, but Toffoli with Suzuki and Caulfield for about 6 seconds where they let them alone. This Eric Stahl goal, nobody pick up this players over there. I think that's another one over there where they let him alone. He was all attracted by the puck because he did a very good cut back in the corner and find a way to find Eric Stahl. Then Perry bring the puck to Cole Caulfield on power play. This is a bad, huge mistake by Mark Stone at the blue line on this on PK. He gave away the puck with a turnover. Jeez, Mike Stone, I don't know what he did right there. Mike Stone have a very bad...
He did this last year, Pierre. Like I mentioned to you this on the off season, right? Where I'm like, he gets stuck on the wall, and guys know he's not going to scoring areas, and it just eliminates him from the play.
Well, the play I'm talking about is he's on PK right now. He's a 4 versus 5.
Oh, I know, but overall, does he have any points in this series?
Maybe one. I'm not sure.
I don't think he has any. I don't think he scored a single point in this series. Unless he scored yesterday, got an assist or a goal. He doesn't have a point.
So he's the one right now, like as a captain, everything like that, did not show up really well. But, there's goal right there and then the empty net over there. So my point is I think Vegas did not do very well on defensive coverage. And I think when you get a pressure, they create a lot of turnover by themselves. So I think overall, I don't think so. You can blame Fleury last night. He did amazing, great.
He definitely didn't steal the game, though, Pierre.
I'm sorry again.
he definitely did not steal the game. And I think the other goalie routinely, is stealing games. And this is what we said before the game, which is I said, look, this whole series is going to come down to goaltending. And if it boils down to it, I would think Leonard might have a better chance against Price, but definitely Fleury's not going to beat Price in this series.
What right now is like you talk about Fleury at 9.03 again with 2.12 goal against in that series versus 2.02 and save percentage of 9.35 for Carey Price against Vegas. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Carey Price make the chance to Montreal to win, where Fleury make the save, but not good enough to make the Vegas to win. Again, we talk about series 3-2. We talk about a march of little bit. I don't see this where it's because of Fleury. I'll be honest with you. It's just like the problem is the forward of Vegas that does not score.
Well, we kind of guessed that could happen against Montreal, but I think the reason I maintain, like, Leonard legitimately stole a game. What game has Fleury stolen?
Well, I don't see that way. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to put Leonard tomorrow, you got beat 4-1. What for me, it's not this. I think at the end of the day, it's not Leonard Fleury. It's going to be forward. You have 4 goals yesterday, and 5 games where you have the most great offensive team in NHL. That's problem right there. It's just defensive, don't score. That's what the problem is about that one over there. You know what I mean? Like the game Leonard win, it's not him because of him they win.
What? He had 45 shots. He got outshot 2-1.
No, that shot is only 27, 28, 21. Yeah. So the 45 shot, it was Vegas against Carey Price, game number 3 on Montreal still. My point to you is
28-21. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, my point is they cannot score. Patrick 1 goal, Stone 0 goal, Stevenson 0 goal.
No, that's definitely a problem for sure.
That's the problem there. That's simple. And then the power play. That's right there. You know what I mean? I don't say I'm not disagree with you.
I agree with you that the power, the special teams are a mess. Their best players have not. I mean, Pacioretty scores last night. It's kind of inconsequential. But definitely Montreal's been getting better.
It's funny because he scored and he missed the shot. I don't know if you see that, but he
just went in
to risk shot and he completely missed the puck, but you still have the time to reset. And I have an amazing, great shot top shell, right? But it was funny because he tried to shoot and he messed up, and then he started over again. He got it. Yeah. But again, he have a better game. I think he played the best game yesterday. He had an amazing, great pass on the back door of Riley Smith, where Carey Price make a big save over there.
Yeah.
But again,
I think Michael's and I totally agree with you. Like, they're on the power play. He made a horrible choice. What you're saying on the entry, Mark Stone. He tries to cut across, his stick's in the air, and he's not even moving his feet. And I think Michael's right. And then just goes back the other way, right?
It's the hockey, Michael, is a mindset, right? It's very fragile. So they have a great mindset, but then sometimes they have fragile mindset. And when everything turn around bad, they struggle to go in the entrance zone right now. They are not set up properly to go in the entrance zone. Then listen, like Tampa, they're going to move the puck left and right. And most of the time, Michael, when you have a great power play, it's the tape to tape. It's not tape to skate. It's not, right? And you can see a lot of those where I'm a right wing on my right shoulder, right? You're going to send the puck on my left side. So I have to turn around to bring my blade stick on the left side, bring back to the right and shoot.
It's a bad choice. He didn't even, his stick was in the air.
Second, it's a 1 second, right? But
it's a bad play.
Hockey is so important like that. And that's what I'm talking about. Those little details make a big difference, because if you have on my left side, now you get a pressure is coming face on my face right away.
Yeah. Well, but it was worse though, because if you watch him, I think Michael's right. He tried to pull the puck across while crossing the blue line, and his stick's in the air and then just goes the other way. Like, it's a rookie move. Put the puck deep, go wide on the side. Like, it's not even a 50-50 play, Pierre. It's like a 10-90 play. It's like 10% you're going to get that to work.
But the problem right now, they don't have a good entry where they carry
They
on the
don't.
puck and
It's
enter.
terrible.
They don't have anybody to
They have
bring the puck
nobody.
like that. You don't have the speed. Stone is not a speed, right?
No.
You don't have a good speed with puck with it. I think right now what they can do right now for me, it's maybe Riley Smith, Marchessault, or
Put Riley at center,
Alex
maybe?
Stock. They can carry on the puck, go in. So, Petrangelo tried, but he got stuck 3 times yesterday. Petrangelo had another great game yesterday. Good chance 2 times, but not a great game like he does. He struggled a bit yesterday. Maybe for me, it was his worst game, and that carry on for the rest of the team because nobody can pick him up. Like he's only one right now since the beginning of the playoff. Have a great games night after night.
Yeah, agreed. We're kind of running out of time. We have about 13 minutes left, Pierre. I do have to jump in about 12. If we shift our focus to the next series, so tonight, big game potentially, right?
Wallstrom, it wasn't. I got the news this morning. I would not be surprised to see Wallstrom tonight. He was on before the practices this morning. He was on the ice. He was also during the practice, and he left. He stayed after the practice. So I think Wallstrom could be back tonight about that one over there. But I want to mention for Montreal 3 things. First of all, Dano line, we don't give them enough credit for what Dano does for the Montreal Canadiens. We don't not give enough credit for the 4 quadrior and funny enough, because I'm going to give the video today, and I'm talking about that line of Dano, the 3 defensemen. And I think one thing Montreal do absolutely amazing right now is their cap control on the jumping on the winger at the red line. So what I'm talking about, Vegas do a lot of long stretch pass, Michael. That's what you do only. And what happening every time that happen, boom, you get Weber in the face. Oh, you get Edmondson in the face.
Yeah, the deer pushed up, and there's pressure on the wall to force him. You're right.
So they completely stuck at the blue line or the red line on the long stretch pass because the D jump on the play, the cap control is always there. If you have a chance to watch the game, pay attention to what I just said, because that's the biggest adjustment of Montreal from first game to the second game. The first game, they let them skating. That's what I said. Montreal have to, if they play Tampa, that's what they need to be careful, because Tampa have a great rush all the time. Check the game Islanders tonight, guys. And I understand many of them may be looking only for the game and the puck, but check how Edmond send the puck to the winger at Cirelli or the center or Point or Kucherov, and look their speed, or Yogurt and Kaylor, whatever it is. Look their speed when they go at the blue line.
Yeah, they can all skate.
They speed all the time. They are coming at 100 miles per hour.
Absolutely.
Why? Because it's a rush off pick, and then they do a quick up. One is a quick up is one you have a turnover on the neutral zone. Example, they loud the puck. Example, the defenseman pick up the puck, and then what we call a quick up is the winger turn around right away and they pass right away to them, and they are back to in the neutral zone. When you have a change line, Michael, that's called you do a lot of quick up for the offensive team, because now you see 2 players coming to the bench, and then you go to D to D, and not D to D. D pick up the puck and go quick up to the winger, and they reset out of the way to have an entrance, everything like that. And that's how hockey works. I saw someone fishing again. I don't know how you read something.
I don't see. They're fishing again?
Now, someone said I'm going to fishing. No?
Oh, I didn't see that. I might have missed it. Glenn, we meant to welcome you. Go Habs, go.
Glenn Parent, welcome back. He's a new subscriber from last night, Michael. Glenn bring a lot of contents. He's knows a lot about 70s, 80s, and WHA. Yesterday, I had a good conversation with him. So glad to see him. Biro was waived 3 times, Michael. Yes.
Yeah. Baron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Pierre, just a note, we crossed 700 subscribers, 707 on the YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody. That's amazing.
Yep.
I said to Pierre, by the end of this playoffs, we're going to be 1,000. So that's our goal.
If Montreal get there, I think we can
might have a chance.
800, 900 maybe, but it will be hard. But who knows?
We're going to do 1,000, Pierre. You're going to see it's going to double. We're going to be 1,400.
We'll see.
It's only 700 people. That's nothing. We could get another 700. We could do it.
Yep.
Thanks to everybody's help for that. Habs have more rest than Tampa. Baron, you're right, was on waivers. That was crazy. Okay, so for tonight's game, they're saying Varlamov's going to start. Are you surprised?
Not at all.
Is the other goalie hurt? I read something that he might be hurt from last game. Is that true?
I don't think so, but you go with your veterans. You go what you believe go beat you. If Varlamov carry on you all the way here, I think Paris, and I'm sure they will set up this. And Varlamov have nothing to do with the last game. Zorokin have nothing to lose. Again, that part over there.
That was like
that's something happened.
He's saying that her Sorokin is on concussion watch.
I think the only thing I would say, he got the puck and the slap shot on the neck area, and he's seen the game for the last 10 minutes. And
right.
But that's pretty much what I can say about this. Is it concussion? Everything like that. I think it's a neck area, but again, you could call this a concussion. It could be hurt, but again, I have nothing to do. If Zorokin is not, and I'm funny because Rusty Spooner is not here. Rusty would say Zorokin, but in that chance, he will go Varlamov. Whatever injury, no injuries.
Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it. Habs have more rest. Okay, the great job by everyone. I think everyone's contributed to the subscriptions. All right, do you think tonight, because we're running out of time, unfortunately, what do you think will happen tonight? The Islanders come back, or does Tampa Bay end this?
I will go with Islanders. I will go. I bet under tonight. I think it would be 3-1 to 3-2, and that's what I. It's a little bit more hope. It's a little bit more about. I don't go with the realistic. To be honest with you, I go with because I feel like I have a good heart, and my heart said I want the people from the Coliseum, Michael. And at the end of the day, I took Tampa Bay in 6, so I go again my prediction. But my point is like you have been hockey for Toronto and Montreal every time. I go with my heart right now. I just want the people in Nassau Coliseum can get out tonight with a big smile, a big W, and they will lose in Tampa. At the end of the day, I believe Tampa is going to win the finals, go to the finals. But I would like to people in the Islanders for many years support the team, have a chance to celebrate one more time and get out of the building with a W tonight. That's what I go tonight.
So Brian's hoping for the Islanders. Glenn is also saying he's going to go with the Islanders, and I see Monkeys go with the Islanders. Pajot with the winning goal, maybe.
You know what? I see Monkey right now. This is a great point. I think Pajot is quiet during that playoff. He have 13 points, I believe. He was the number 1 leader at the beginning of the playoff with 3 goals, 10 assists, beginning of the third round, Michael. And I feel like he struggled a bit against Tampa Bay. Wait, he contribute, but not, I think, what he should be for my book. I don't say he's played bad, but I think he should get a bit better. And I think to the Islanders win tonight, I'll be honest with you, they need 2 players. They need Palmieri and Barzal. You need your best player step up right at the right time. And that's when Nelson line have to get out over there. But again, it's great to see them play. And the 4 line rolling very well. And again, I'll be hard, but I would like them to win tonight.
I'll be curious to see, A, if they start Wahlstrom, which I think they might, and B, does he contribute at all, or do they kind of keep him on the bench? Because
if he's coming back, I expect about 12 minutes, 13, 20 minutes, right? And that's good enough for me. But they miss a left wing at some point somewhere. And that's what we hope he can be that guy over there. Maybe not with Eberle. I think they will bring back. For me, if I was coaching, I have Wahlstrom. I'd bring him back on the third line, bring back Palmieri up, and Zajac, because he's really aware about defensive every time. With Pajot, I think you hide a little bit Wahlstrom, and you're doing well with that line over there. You keep your Nelson, Bailey, and Bouvillier together. 3 great line. You have your power, physicality forecheck at the bottom with Kluberback, Zizikas, and Martin. This is a plus to have him. And I'm sorry if I Komarov apologize, but good night. He's gone.
So my gut tells me Tampa will put a dagger in our heart tonight, but I'm going to go with the Islanders anyway.
Yeah, I understand that. The logic way is to set Tampa win 4-2, right? But I would like to see Islanders winning, and that's what I want to go there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what, like,
I'm the
yesterday.
same. I'm the same. Imagine, I wish Anders Lee was in this. It would have been great. Oh,
That'd be
great
different for sure.
channel on YouTube. Thanks, Icy Monkeys. I think Tampa will win tonight, but the coach should be closer. What does that mean? The game, like the score, maybe?
Yeah, I think so, though.
Oh, I see.
I think Tampa will win tonight, coach, but should be closer.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. It makes sense.
All right,
but
Pierre,
again, he's right. We're not going to see like a 4 or 5 goals France with that. Oh, Michael, for everybody, I'm ready for the fantasy, guys. Have something special coming. I will talk with Michael about this, but guy, we're going to do a private Zoom about the fantasy draft.
Good idea.
It's going to be not live all around the world. It's going to be a private Zoom. If you are interested to join us for that private Zoom, we're going to give you tonight all information, the time and the location and the private link about that. We don't want to go national. I have something big, huge, about 500 pages about the draft. This is huge. It's a membership I pay, but it have to be private. So we're going to give you more information about that tonight, but I think it'll be something we're going to do during the weekend, sharing with everybody. But again, I don't know the concept, but if you're interested about that, we're going to talk more about tonight.
Also mention I have a fairly new Discord, but if you want to start talking throughout the day, and maybe we can also include our broadcast through our Discord in the future, so it's another channel that you can access. You can join our Discord here. We'll come up with a little bit easier URL because we're working on a website right now too. So we'll just make a URL in the coming weeks. But for now, you can grab this from the chat and feel free to join up to our Discord. Let's make sure I'm on the right Discord. Yeah, I am.
I don't know. I'm not on Discord. So
we're all on Discord. Well, I think you set it up. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't go to Discord because I'm too busy. But
yeah, I get. Oh, look, Rosie already joined.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosie. Thanks for joining. Rosie joined our Discord, Pierre.
Awesome. It's something to develop at some point, but
yeah, it's another way that we can interact with you a little closer. Should be 5-1 final, but F it, I'll call New York Islanders. I think it'll be a closer. If the Islanders win, it's going to be a close game.
Yeah. If you want to go under, over, I will go under tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be kind of a 3-2 game. We should do a marathon stream of 24 hours. We could do it.
Yeah, possible. I have to go now. NHL start right now. So thank you, everybody, for
thanks,
me.
guys.
I appreciate that, everybody. Thanks to be here. We have more people in the morning because each one of you show up and then you contribute a lot. Thanks for everybody. This hockey show is better than CBC.
That's because
I don't know if you heard the story last night. You have something happening for CBC last night.
Oh, really? No.
I don't know the website or they shut down the people. Oh, no, Michael. Do you know what you did?
What?
He bring the live from the government show live. Over hockey. Yeah, something happened like that. Yeah,
like the Parliament.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, Canada, you got to get rid of these guys.
It's crazy happening. So the story was something like that. I don't know exactly how to turn around, but that's what someone bring. It was like 5-6 people were Glenn one apart. It was just screaming about CBC.
You know what? This is a bad sign, Pierre.
Anyhow, I have to go, guys. Have an amazing, great rest of Wednesday. Look forward to see you tonight. Don't forget my videos will be on about 2:00 p.m. today. The post-game Montreal Canadiens game number 5. Have a great one, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.